Guys, Games, and Beer.
All right, so
What? What's the subtitle?
AutoKlash.
so here's the thing. The artwork caught my eye right away. I mean, your artwork is really good. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But as soon as you started explaining to me what the game is about, I was like, oh,
So
damn.
what is the game about?
Well, in the 50s and stuff, computers are being created and mass began developing AI to help us program for space and everything.
Okay, this is going to be really bad. Mel, were we looking at the volume levels? Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so wait a minute. We're going to start that all over again.
Why?
His mic wasn't on.
My mic was.
You were supposed to look. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, not a problem. All right, so we are going to continue to roll because
We can fix this in
we
post.
can.
Which we never do. All right.
Yeah.
So here's take 2. Here's take 2. Are you ready? Take 2.
Take two. Hey, it's Tom with Guys, Games, and Beer, and if you missed this before, here we go again. I'm here with...
Drunken Larry, and we're at Evercon 24. And we have a game developer.
Scott with Horsepower Games.
All right, Scott.
Yeah.
So, again...
I'll go back and watch which one you like better.
Yeah, so if this feels like deja vu, this is a little bit of deja vu, but this time you're going to be able to actually hear what Scott is saying. So, Scott, let's get back into it again.
All right.
You have, one of the literally, like the first thing I saw here when I got to Evercon was something on your table, and the artwork attracted me. What game did I see at your table that caught my eye?
AutoKlash. Flesh versus AI.
All right, so
Okay.
really cool artwork on this game, and like I said, that is the first thing that caught my eye on this. The cars are...
Yep. Tom was sitting there like this.
I really no. I actually rubbernecked this game. Okay, so I seriously did rubberneck this game. But once you started explaining the game to me, the artwork is cool, but the explanation of the game went a lot further. So tell us a little bit about what is the plot line behind this game.
Well, in the 1950s, NASA was developing computers for the space race with Russia, and it needed AI, which late 50s, early 60s. And as the AI became more developed, it decided that, well, it doesn't really need the people, and started taking over. But some of the machines and stuff said, we like people. People are awesome. Up with people.
Gives
Especially
us
the
something
cars.
to do.
Yeah, especially the cars, because without people, the cars are just parking lots. So the machine said, well, okay, we'll see. We'll have a contest, a race to see who is better. So that's the point of the game. Fighting through the area, through the countryside, facing opponents here and there till you get to face off with the big machine at the end.
All right. So I mean, I love the idea, the
Wait,
fact that
whose team is the big machine on?
AI, of course.
It's all.
It's on.
But see, I really love the fact that, think about this, AI decides that, hey, people aren't so bad. Let's not kill them all now. Later. And we're going to team up with them against other AI. So that's a really good concept. So let's talk a little bit about the game mechanics. What style? Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about game mechanics and the artwork. I'm going to take your beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold your beer.
Always a good thing to say.
Welcome to Wisconsin. I'll hold your beer. All right.
The setting is like 70s and stuff, so the artwork, which is done by a guy in Paducah.
The artwork on this game is amazing.
This is the game board. You've got your state champion, which is here, state. They have national, and the big machine that you got to face at the end.
Right.
So I'm getting a pretty strong classic board game style.
Oh, yes. This is, and it's got all the different areas you can visit, and the corner sections are where things happen. You've got an arena where you can train your skills, get your car fixed, downtown where you can buy stuff, your garage with simulators and a mechanic, and then the wasteland where nothing good happens.
All right. So I noticed again, this is a typical dice and piece game where you're working your way around on the board, cards to event cards, things like that. So the game mechanics look pretty solid to me.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, did you work off of a previous game that you've done game mechanics, or is this like all new fresh mechanics for you?
I came up with this idea about 15 years ago,
Yeah.
and I drew it up on cardboard, and little cardboard pieces and big cards. And
Larry, you wouldn't know anything about that now, would you? Okay. Game developer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then my wife and some
Yours
friends
is
played.
prettier.
Well, I mean, the first version was just cardboard and a lot of pencil scratches.
Yeah.
And my wife and some friends and I played it for like a day and said, "Oh, okay, this is fun. Put it aside."
Gotta POC it.
Yeah.
You know.
And years later, I met a friend, Charles Dimassant, who makes games as well.
Yeah.
And I showed him a few things and showed him this. He's like, "Oh, this is awesome. We got to produce it." So he's got an artist friend in Paducah, Kentucky, who, did this wonderful artwork for us.
The artwork on this is
Very nice.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Like you said, it's got that really that 70s action movie film feel
Yep.
to it. Absolutely perfect. Okay, I gotta ask. Kind of an interesting choice. Besides the artwork being cool, you went with the glossy finish.
Yeah, we wanted it to stand out, and it pops.
It does. No,
Yeah.
with the art the way it is, I think having a glossy finish is kind of a win.
Yeah.
So where are you at with the development? Have you started the Kickstart? Have you?
We're finishing play testing right now. We're taking email listings.
Okay.
We have a guy who's putting together the.
All right, good.
We have a guy who's going to be working on the website, and then we're going to be getting the Kickstarter pretty soon.
All right. So we'll make sure that there's links to the Kickstarter and all that other stuff. The game is really again.
So have you, if you don't mind a little leaking, have some of the stretch goal kind of things? Have you gotten any of those in mind?
Stretch goals is for we don't have to figure out the levels yet, but one is that you'll be able to get your face on the money.
Oh.
So I don't so much to get your
Who
money.
doesn't want their face of money? Who wouldn't want this face of
Okay,
money?
that is kind of a cool idea. I like that for a stretch goal. That's a really good one.
Oh yeah, then also maybe get your name on a card or two.
As we know, because we've backed a lot of projects, it's not a bad thing to throw that in. We've it's like get your name in the credits of a movie, get your name on the side of a box, a game box.
Yeah.
Guys, Games and Beer has sponsored games just so we can get our names on the box.
Yeah.
And we're going to be putting out a regular version with cardboard cars, or a deluxe version with actual miniatures.
He showed me some of the
And-
miniatures he had yesterday. They were
I
really
have-
cool.
The miniatures I have are N scale, so they're like real small model railroad cars,
Yeah.
1/2 inch by 1 inch. So those are good, and we're making changes here and there with the rules as we play.
So, and it since it's a traditional board game style, you wouldn't have to do this kind of depth. But out of curiosity, do you have like a fairly developed backstory for this particular car is George, and he's
Right. Do the individual player characters have a deeper backstory?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
So
But it hasn't reached market yet.
They've got funky names.
Funky
Yeah.
names work.
Yeah.
Is that something you were looking to maybe do in the future, or it's not so integrated to the game? So
Well, since the cars are modeled after 70s, muscle cars, late 60s, we have like the supernatural impaled.
Okay.
Which is- you can
Impala,
guess what
right?
it is.
Yeah, the
supernatural.
Impala.
Yeah.
Impaled.
Yeah. So we've got some interesting names for the cars.
All right. So, that's something, again, we're going to give you some links down below here to find the actual Kickstart once it comes out, or at least enough information that you can find this guy and find out where the Kickstart's at. That'll be in the... But, you told me something else. You don't just do board games. What else do you do?
Well, I make computer games.
All right. Under the same company name?
Yes, but you can find them on itch.io under Scott7610.
Okay.
So, because I forgot to do horsepower games.
well,
when I set it up.
what's the name of one of them? If I
Yes,
wanna look 'em up?
let's
God.
see. He wants to start looking for them.
All right, well, let's see.
Pick a
One
game.
is Road Hunter,
Okay.
which is a 2.5D version of Spy Hunter,
Okay.
and is part of the one level, 100 room series of games. Oh, Thank you.
I got you covered.
And it plays out like Spy Hunter, but when you complete every 5 levels, you go up against a boss vehicle.
Right.
And it could be a tank, a van that drops mine, or a helicopter and stuff. And after you complete 100 levels, you get a 7-digit code. You email me the code, and I give you guys a certificate of achievement so you can show your mother you did something.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What have you done with your life?
I got this certificate of achievement.
I got this.
Level 5.
I've got a role-playing game called Lazy Quest.
I do have another question on that.
Sorry.
Is you say that's your achievement, but when you get to that certain, but is it a roguelike or are you
No.
no? All right,
It's
so
just you driving down a road, buildings going by, bad guys, bang, bang,
right,
bang.
right. But what I mean by that is you get one shot, one life, and,
you
to
got-
achieve as far as you can go.
You get
or-
You have multiple lives.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
All right, yeah, all right. So,
Occasionally you get more.
you'll get to that.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm done. Game's over.
mean-
Throw this one away.
I mean, I tried making one game that took your fingerprints, and
Yeah.
once you're dead, you could never play it again on that machine. But I was told it was a bad idea.
I don't know. I kind of like that
And
idea.
you have to keep buying keyboards every time you die just to play this game. It's like,
No, I'm kind of good with this idea. All right, so one more time. Where can they find your computer
That
games?
is deep roguelike.
That is really.
Yeah, you know.
Where can they find your computer games?
Scott7610.itch.io.
All right, we'll have a link for that as well. Now, if they are interested in this, the Kickstarter has not started yet, right?
Correct.
But they can find it at, or they can get on the mailing list for it at.
We are still putting the website up and everything.
All right.
So
Well, once that
Well,
website's
you have
available,
the email. You said you could get on an email list.
we're putting together the list. We've got a guy working on the website and everything.
Right.
So
but
we
if
want
they
to
want
have
to
that.
email right now,
Right
can
now.
they?
they're impatient. They're impatient. They really like the looks of this game. They really want to get on that mailing list.
All right. Well, you can find me at Facebook through Horsepower Games.
There you go. We'll have a link to Horsepower Games on Facebook. And you
Yes.
can, if you express interest in this game, you can reach out to him on Facebook, message him there, and he can probably get you on the mailing list for it.
Sure.
All right. Yay.
And
Okay.
the cards are protecting you.
Hey, I want an impaled protecting me as well. Thank you.
Oh, painting those little things was not fun.
I'm betting not. I'm betting not.
And I'm 60 years old trying to paint a grill with a point of a brush.
Of an N scale car. Yeah, not a lot of fun. Okay. So, guys, we have got more interviews coming up. Literally, we've got more interviews coming up in about 10 minutes here from one more time.
Oh, and for
Evercon 2024.
for anyone who's curious, I am still not less sore.
Yeah. Yeah. So he did compete in the gauntlet.
What's that?
Ask him about the gauntlet.
What is the gauntlet?
Well, basically, it's a tournament where you play 4 random games if you're lucky enough to get to the end. Otherwise, you play 3 qualifiers, and I am still a little butthurt over it.
Hey, you were the last table playing.
I got clobbered.
Wouldn't that be
So,
your hand that's sore?
What?
Wouldn't your hand be sore rather than the
Yeah.
other? Okay.
Yeah, it could be, but either way, I did not do well.
No.
All right.
So-
So I am going to take us up so we can set up for the next interview. Guys, we'll be back in just about 5 minutes with another interview. We have got Chris from JJ Games going to be on the show, talk about what they've been up to, as well as with MGC. All sorts of big news coming up there, so stay tuned for that. That'll come up next. Thank you for being on the
You're
show.
welcome.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Again, look down below for the links for these games. They look amazing. Later, all.